Hello and welcome to $3 TV. I am Vishakha Thakur. The crypto market faced volatility this week as Chinese AI startup DeepSeek shook investor sentiment, triggering a short-lived downturn. Bitcoin initially dipped but remains under pressure amid expectations of fewer rate cuts this year. While the Federal Reserve kept interest rates unchanged at 4.5% following its first FOMC meeting of 2025. Now, meanwhile, Ethereum continues to trade in a tight range between $3,000 and $4,100 since November 2024, now currently hovering around $3,200. Unlike Bitcoin's strong momentum, Ethereum's growth has been stagnant, while blockchains like Solana are gaining traction. To break down these market movements, I am joined by crypto analyst Ekta Maurya. Welcome to $3 TV, Ekta.
Thank you.
Well, DeepSeek, a China-based AI startup, recently disrupted tech stocks, sending ripple effects into crypto markets. So, Ekta, how closely tied is the AI sector to crypto performance, and could we see more tech-driven volatility ahead?
DeepSeek's release sent shockwaves through US equities and the crypto market. Now, there were two significant reasons for that. The first one was the close relationship between Bitcoin and the tech stock Nvidia. Nvidia experienced a 17% decline on Monday, and this was the largest single-day drop experienced by the stock. Although it started recovery and it has been in a state of recovery since then, Bitcoin's close correlation with this particular stock led to a correction. In fact, it pushed the Bitcoin premium on CME into the negative territory for the first time since August 2023. So you see how many important milestones were being checked, and Bitcoin price truly suffered as tech stocks and equities were being slaughtered in the US market. The 30-day Pearson correlation coefficient between Bitcoin, the S&P 500 and Nasdaq is about 0.70 at this point, and that is a significant correlation between these assets. An alarming thing, I would say, because it shows us how investors and traders are looking at Bitcoin and cryptocurrencies. They are treating it as a risk-on asset class. That narrative of safe haven and hedge against inflation is probably slowly being driven away and is being replaced with how you would hold tech stocks in your portfolio, and the news and the developments in the market that would influence those. That's the same things that are now influencing Bitcoin's price for investors.
All right, so Ekta, the Fed's decision to keep rates at 4.5% aligns with expectations, but the outlook for fewer cuts has dampened market optimism. So how will this impact Bitcoin and crypto liquidity in the long run, and are we looking at a prolonged consolidation phase?
The Fed's interest rate decision turned out to be a nothing burger for Bitcoin, while in the derivatives market and in the spot market, the trading activity that we noticed, it was like traders were positioning or preparing for a major jolt. They were expecting that there would be an announcement of interest rate cuts. The Fed would maintain a dovish outlook, but at a time when none of this happened and the meeting outcome turned out to be not as significant as expected or anticipated by the market, things are now back to business per usual. Bitcoin is back above $105,000 today as we speak, and the asset is in a mode of recovery. Other cryptocurrencies are also in a mode of recovery now. So would I say that this would lead to a prolonged consolidation? No. There are other factors like institutional capital inflow or regulation, maybe some crypto relevant executive order that we see in the future. These things could catalyze or influence Bitcoin and crypto prices in the short term, and not as much the FOMC interest rate decision from Wednesday.
All right. Thank you for explaining that. And coming to Ethereum, the second largest cryptocurrency, it has been stuck in a range for months. Historically, February and March have been bullish months, are strong for Ethereum. So could we see a breakout soon? And also, what catalyst might drive Ethereum's next rally?
Now, Ethereum is a very special case. We've seen Ethereum having a slow performance, dragging down in 2024, even as the bull market kicked in. Ethereum prices mostly it traded within the same range. It has been range bound for a very long time. It keeps consolidating under $4,000, barely hitting that level every now and then, which leads us to the point that will Ethereum rally in February and March, just as it does every year? This year, the factors have really changed. I think the game changer was EIP 1559 and the merge. This anticipation surrounding it, the expectation was that scaling or reducing the cost of transactions on the Ethereum blockchain would be beneficial for the underlying layer 0 itself, and it would probably boost revenue, and maybe Ethereum would perform better. We would see prices of Ether go up. This was kind of like the fundamental thesis in the minds of investors and traders. However, this failed somewhere down the line. The cost cutting that's happening in the level of layer 2s is not transferring as efficiently to the underlying layer, although it's deriving all the new protocols being launched in as layer 2s or layer 3s are deriving their security from the Ethereum chain. Just ensuring that the infrastructure is secure is not enough of a narrative to drive up prices, especially at a time when speculation, institutional capital inflow, and the launch of exciting new projects and airdrops are what is bringing traders and investors to other chains and driving up the prices of the tokens. As a means of speculation, the same thing cannot be observed, cannot be said of Ethereum. Now, an important statistic here is the implied volatility of Ethereum. There was no significant spike in the implied volatility, and this also shows that derivatives market traders are not ready. They are not ready to bet on Ethereum crossing the $4,000 mark even in the short term, and that means we should not really be looking at or preparing for a major breakout in Ethereum, but you cannot ever say in the markets. However, it looks less likely at this time.
Okay. So since we are talking about Ethereum, World Liberty Financial, backed by the Trump family, made waves with its millions of dollars staked Ether. Now, does this signal growing institutional confidence in Ethereum, or is it more of a political move? And also, how will this affect ETH's price dynamics?
The 33 million investment in staked Ether by World Liberty Financial was a major step. It made headlines, and I think it also adds value to the whole thesis of investing in Ethereum and why it is a valuable blockchain, what is its utility, and why someone would park funds or stake on a chain like that. So while people continue betting on the technological soundness or the technology behind Ethereum, it is somehow not enough to drive the price higher. This is what we have learned from the first few months of the bull market that we have been in as of now. Now, on-chain data and trackers like Arkham Intel show us that President Donald Trump himself and his project World Liberty Financial have held Ethereum and have invested in staked Ether, such related instruments from time to time. However, these developments are not as exciting for the average trader as a development like the launch of a meme coin on a blockchain. While Ethereum could have also supported the launch of President Trump's meme coin, or the First Lady's meme coin for that matter, these projects were not launched on the Ethereum blockchain. There was probably a strategic reason. So I would consider not a political move, but it's probably a strategic move, and there is a reason why the Solana blockchain was picked over Ethereum, and this kind of leaves Ethereum in the lurch again at a time when it is struggling to break out of the resistances, and even the $4,000 level looks like a milestone that you really have to push to cross. So I would expect the altcoin to continue seeing a slowdown probably in its prices unless there is a major change in the leadership or the Ethereum Foundation, or the roadmap changes, more upgrades that are relevant to users and directly put the capital back in their pockets related to transaction costs, or maybe absorb more of that benefit of the transaction cost saving and scaling from the layer 2s. Unless something like this happens in the ecosystem, it may be less likely that the project and its token itself sees any significant changes or movements, at least in the first half of 2025.
So now let's talk about Solana, the popular blockchain. So Donald Trump recently launched Trump meme coin token on Solana, which further fueled Solana's rising adoption in DeFi and NFTs. So with Ethereum's high fees and scalability concerns, is Solana poised to take the lead, or will Ethereum upgrades reclaim its dominance?
I do think Solana is poised to take the lead against Ethereum. Now there are one or two metrics that Solana lags behind in, and that is the total value or volume of stable coins locked in the Solana chain. or for that matter, the trade volumes in Solana. Now, these metrics, Solana may not be able to directly compete with Ethereum in the short term, say not in the first half of 2025, not in this year, but eventually the network effect or the benefit that Ethereum has over Solana, that would probably start fading off once more funds or capital are moving out. And I am thinking probably when the unstaking happens, or when projects are no longer simply parking their funds or staking Ether, that could be like a major eureka movement for Solana, where the money and all of that capital flows back into the Solana blockchain. The US-based global asset manager VanEck had applied for a Solana ETF in the US in 2024. I think this is a very important narrative that we need to keep our eyes on. It may make a comeback in 2025, specifically with the pro-crypto SEC. With President Trump's appointments to the SEC and key offices in the US, it is likely that the debate may surface and that we may see an approval in 2025, which could be a major catalyst for the Solana blockchain, for Solana meme coins and all the tokens basically doing well on Solana on a day-to-day basis.
All right, now coming to the meme coin industry, institutional interest is spilling into meme coins with new ETF filings for DogeCoin, Bonk and Trump's new meme coin. So which meme coins do you think have the strongest potential, and is this just another speculative wave or a sign of mainstream adoption?
So this is a very interesting question. I like it very much because in 2024 all the conversations were centered on Dogecoin, Shiba Inu, Pepe and these blue chip. They had become kind of the blue chip meme coins. Like we had blue chip DeFi tokens. These became the major tokens that everyone was speculating or expecting 100x gains or so in 2024. However, this narrative has been flipped on the head in 2025 with the launch of interesting meme token projects like Trump and Melania on the Solana blockchain. A lot of attention, I would say a lot of capital has moved to this particular chain, and we see that they've probably paved the path or opened the doors to major brands and corporations and everyone to launch their own meme coins on Solana. So I had a very interesting conversation with Greg Magadini, Director of Derivatives at Amber Data, and when I asked him what he thinks about the future of meme coins on the Solana blockchain and the blockchain in itself, he said that it is even likely that large corporations like Boeing, just an instance, would probably be interested in launching a meme coin on Solana to stay relevant, to probably jump on the trend or be part of this narrative. So things have kind of grown to that level. This is kind of the next big story for 2025 that traders should be watching closely. And the few meme coins in the Solana ecosystem that I'm watching closely are Trump, Bonk, Dogwave Hat, there is Pengu, Fartcoin, and this Solana meme coin by AI16Z, which this is the ticker name, AI16Z. So please watch out for these tokens, watch out for gains in these tokens, and definitely make sure you do your own research before you pick any cryptocurrencies to trade in.
Wow, so thank you so much, Ekta, for sharing your insight. It was wonderful having you on the show, and keep watching 3.0 TV for more such updates. Do log on to our website www.3voicetv.io or scan the QR code.